Now, do people come to your clients and ask you for like advice on enhancements? And what do you usually say to that? For enhancement PEDs, basically.
You know what?
No. Do you just stay away from that?
You know, I've always stayed away from it. I've kind of earned the reputation, I would say, as the coach who just doesn't touch it. And I think it's just been, if you look at my physique over the last 20 years, like it's changed really slowly. If you look at the clients that I work with, they're never having these like, oh, so-and-so gained 40 pounds overnight. Like it was never like that. Like Ryan's got a good build all year long. Like he might flatten out a little bit because he's not training as much, but when it's time to get it back, he gets it back. Like Seb looks great all year long. Emily looks great all year long. And they make me look very good. But I think from a performance enhancing standpoint, I know nothing about it. Like if you started asking me about different hormones or pro-hormones or whatever, like, I just don't even, I couldn't even have an educated conversation on it. I could talk about hormones in the human body. Yeah, natural hormones, but I can't talk about, I don't have the education. I never felt it was necessary to get educated on it because I was never able to apply it in any capacity. So why learn about it, you know?
There's been a lot of cases in the bodybuilding industry specific where, you know, a client gets hurt for whatever reason, right? I'm talking about from supplements or from whatever, right? And they blame the coach for it. Do you think a coach should ever be blamed for what happens to his athlete?
Sometimes. I think as a coach, you have to make a responsible decision on what the client should be doing. And I think every coach should be assessing a client and they should be looking at how that client moves. And if someone's having, you know, really bad knee pain and you're throwing a barbell on their back and their knee's bothering them, then not a good decision. That's just a very basic example. But let me give you a better example. I know a lot of people lack an external rotation of the shoulder and they're also lacking an upper back thoracic extension. If someone can't rotate their arm past here, why are we pressing weight overhead? Because now I have to arch my low back and I have to press from here. It's turning into an incline press. And I'm putting so much strain on my lower back that I could potentially cause injury. So if someone they're lacking in that mobility, I may get them into a half kneeling landmine press. I might put them on a high incline bench, super high, like 80 degrees, and have them press from an area of safety. And that's making a good decision.
You take responsibility for that.
I'll take responsibility for that. Now, happens sometimes. So it's one of those things where you could be warming someone up on an agility drill and they're like, oh my God, I just felt a little twinge in my knee or my back. Like there's nothing I can do about that. That could have come down to, were you dehydrated the night before? Did you drink the night before? Were you on an airplane? You know, did you sit in a chair yesterday for 12 hours? I mean, I don't mean to point the finger there, but I think it's half and half. I think the coach needs to take responsibility if they're assigning exercises to the client.
Right. Obviously, you know, what they do outside of the gym, but now you're not around.
It's tough to keep an eye on that. Right? And that's why you really have to have an honest conversation with them every morning, every afternoon when you're working with someone. It's an assessment. Like, how'd you sleep last night? How many meals do you have today? Are you hydrated? How you feeling? How's your stress level? I'm feeling good. And back in the day where everyone would come in and they would try and take that Rocky type mentality, like, no, I'm fine. And then I'm watching them warm up and I'm going, I could tell you're not fine. Like, you're moving 20% less than you were moving last week, or something looks wrong here. Why don't you tell me what happened? Well, I only got 2 hours sleep last night. Well, why didn't you tell me that? Well, I didn't want you to think I was weak. No, we have to work together. I can make better decisions for you.